For those of you that are new here, you'll see a lot of old-time subs from time to time. I have a lot of old viewers that stick around. Connor viewers are loyal. Swole Pepe doesn't come anymore. Pepe will come. Swole Pepe was my very first Twitch viewer. The only reason I'm still streaming is if I didn't get any viewers, I'd be like, this website sucks. My very first Twitch viewer literally watched me for 3 months because he thought I was a gay twink. Stuck around for a long time. Some stories about Pepe. Pepe has had my stream on in the background while his grinder date. That's just a thing that's happened before. And said that like it made it a little bit uncomfortable when he heard like me like getting mad at like Kingdom Hearts or some.
If you like Connor Eats Pants, you'll love Connor Eats Pants Live.
Like,
Remember to subscribe for free.
Pump her down. Dude, that clip of Clint slamming Juno's head on the table is still the best clip of the year. He's just playing with his doggy, cute Juno. Can we pull up the chat? They should add Mario to this game. Ooh, Mario. Good call. Some of my favorite stories. So during 8th grade, at my school, all the guys were pretty much boys with each other. There was like one group of guys that was annoying, but most of the guys in my grade were actually chill with each other. Keep in mind, I went to like a smaller Christian school, like 120 kids in the grade, right? And during 8th grade, there was a bit that we had where people would just always say your mom jokes to each other. Or like, something, you know, like, you'd have the math homework. Yeah, your mom does. It just wasn't even like funny, but we knew it wasn't funny. But that was just the funny part, is that wasn't funny. We get like a school assembly one day. It's like just the guys in one room, just the girls in another. It's like, see how it's going, you know, is everything going okay in the grade? How's everybody? The entire guys' talk was literally like, okay, guys, the girls really don't like the your mom jokes. Can we please stop that? The girls have had enough. And we're like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Like, the girls apparently went and complained. And we're like, the guys make too many your mom jokes. We were like, what? Like, okay, fine. You couldn't say your mom jokes anymore. This is modern feminism. Yeah, that is feminism. Thanks, ladies, for ruining the boys' fun again. Any other old stories you want to tell, Connor? I mean, I could tell the other 8th grade story of how I almost got arrested at the White House. Here's the story. So basically, 8th grade, at the end of the 8th grade school year, you go on the 8th grade field trip. And the 8th grade field trip is to Washington, D.C. I had a huge crush on this one girl, who we will call Rebecca. You know, when you're in school and it's a field trip, for some reason, when you're in school, a field trip is like the time to like make your move or like have time with them or some shit. That's just how it is. When you're in middle school, it was like field trips were the day. But this is like a whole week-long trip, right? This is a week-long, so this is gonna be big. And basically, this is a very eventful trip. I think the first or second day, we go to the White House. And if you've ever been to the White House, there's like pretty much a road that's like a brick road, and there's like a gate, and then, you know, there's the front yard, and the White House is there. So our whole class is in front of the White House. And I remember because there's a lady that's like protesting there. I don't know if she's still there, but there's been a lady that's been like protesting like nuclear weapons like in front of the White House for like 40 years. And so you're talking to her for a bit. And then I go up to the gate, hanging out with my friends in front of the fence of the White House. I sit down for a bit, and then big moment. So you know how guys are in their guys circle, girls are in their girls circle. Rebecca's circle of girls is like calls over me and my group of friends. Like, we're combining circles now. Like, it is like we're hanging out. This is big. So I don't think much. I get up and, you know, I join the circle. Big mistake, because in my excitement, Connor made a crucial error. Connor left his backpack leaning up against the White House fence. He left it there, and I go like 30 feet the other direction. And literally after like even just 2 minutes of being in the circle, Rebecca like dipped. She wasn't even there anymore. So now I'm stuck in the circle. I can't like follow. It's just weird. So I'm stuck here. Rebecca's over there with like a whole different group of people, and I'm just like, shit. About 15 minutes passes, and Rebecca comes back over, and she's coming straight to me. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, we're gonna talk. This is awesome. Gonna hang out. It'll be a great time. She's gonna say to me. She comes up to me. She goes, hey, Connor. And I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, the Secret Service needs you. It's like, oh, okay. All right. That's kind of badass. Kind of a cool. Okay. Come on. I'll go talk to the Secret Service. Whatever. Sounds good to me. There's like 3 guys in black suits, and like 2 of them were chilling. One of them was an asshole. And they're like, they got glasses on and shit. They're like, I go, I'm looking. Sir, is this your bag? I'm like, yeah, that's my backpack. Yeah, sir, you just, I'm gonna be honest. You just really cost a lot of people their day. And I'm like, what? What's wrong? He's like, we just put the White House on lockdown. because of a suspicious package found outside the perimeter that we just found out is actually just your backpack. They put the fucking White House on lockdown, dude, over a suspicious package found on the premises. Obama had to stop his fucking day because of dumbass Connor Eats Pants put his backpack against the fucking fence. Connor, they were lying? No. They were dead serious. This actually did happen. The White House gets locked down more than you think. It actually happens, like, relatively often, or at least it did prior to COVID. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I had no idea. Like, I big mistake. And literally the guy's just like, I think this guy's had enough. They're just like, fuck, like, just don't do that, please. The one guy was ready to, like, be an ass about it. And I was like, fine, whatever. And now keep in mind, literally the entire fucking grade is looking at me right now. Like, oh my God, Connor's about to get arrested by the Secret Service. This is so badass. And, like, I'm done, and I go back to, like, my circle of friends. And they're like, are you okay? Like, is everything fine? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, they were chill. I seemed like the biggest badass, dude. Because, like, they all thought I'd be freaking out. And, like, I just didn't care. I was like, I mean, it's fine. Like, they said it was cool. And, yeah, that was that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty sure I was slipped something at Medieval Times that trip. And I'll continue that story now. The Medieval Times story is one of my favorite as well. I now know as an adult what it's like to, like, feel drunk. And now looking back on life, the first time I ever felt that feeling was my time at Medieval Times when I was in Washington, D.C. We go to Medieval Times, and now 75% of my grade is on blue team. So the way Medieval Times works, basically, is they're, like, sitting in different sections. They separate you, and then, like, your section cheers for your knight. And so 75% of the grade was in blue. Honestly, maybe 80 or, like, 85%. But then me and my friends are on yellow team. We're like, shit, this is awesome. Like, we're against the rest of the grade. And now the way to decide the winner of Medieval Times, we found out soon from our server, what was his name again? No, was it Daryl? It was like Daryl or Darion or like Damien or some shit. But basically, if you're serving at Medieval Times, you're dressed up. Like, you're dressed as like a knight or some shit, or like a server or like some shit. Our server, he was just this chill fucking black guy that was just wearing a polo shirt that said Medieval Times and, like, jeans. He didn't give a fuck. He was not with this, like, roleplay bullshit. He did not want to be there. He was just not having it. Chillest guy you've ever met. And he's just like, what do you guys want to order? What do you want, this and that? And for some reason, I'm already, like, on it. I'm like, I'm cracking jokes. I'm like, I want blue blood tonight. And he's like, he looks at me. He gets, like, a grin on his face. And he's like, you want me to go tell the Blues that? I'm like, yeah. So he walks down the row to, like, where the Blues are. Keep in mind, Rebecca was on the same row, but on the blue team. So he was also serving them, which was a big moment for me. Because now my funny joke is going straight to Rebecca. He's like, hey, they said they want blue blood. Just, like, cracking a joke. Darion gives us, we're like, hey, how do we win? Like, we don't want to see blue team. We want yellow team to win. He's like, looks around. He's like, all right, listen. The way it wins is, our servers, we, like, whoever's the loudest is the knight that's going to win today. And there's like 6 knights. Hi, Bumper. Did you hear that little peep? That was Bumper. And we're like, okay, sounds like a plan. We decide that we're going to be as loud as we fucking can and cheer for this yellow knight till the day we fucking die. And I've never screamed that loud or cheered that loud for anything in my goddamn life. And Darion just keeps on coming back and, like, giving gossip to the blue team. And it's like, what do you want to tell him? And we would just make up trash talk and he'd go back. Now, this is where it gets crazy. It comes down to the finals of Medieval Times, like an hour and a half, 2 hours later. The finals is a joust between Yellow Knight and Blue Knight. The most intense sporting event you've ever seen in your goddamn life. Yellow Knight versus Blue Knight joust. And I'll never forget, they go like 3 rounds, like back and forth on horses. Nobody falls. And then finally, boom. Yellow Knight knocks down Blue Knight. Yellow Knight wins. I've never screamed that loud in my life. Blue team gets fucked. The rest of my grades like, no, we lost. But yellow team, honestly, if you were on blue team, you wanted to be on yellow team. You saw how much fun we were having. You were like, fuck, man, I wish I was team yellow. This fucking sucks. That was the worst day ever for all of those other kids that were on the field trip. They felt like they were missing out because they weren't on yellow team and having the time of their goddamn life. Yellow Knight wins. I'm like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. Keep in mind, I don't know winning. I'm a Falcons fan. This is the first time I've ever experienced this. I'm like, holy fuck, this is insane. And then the funniest thing is that after that, my friend fucking Joey's mom was a chaperone on the trip. Yellow Knight comes to the stands with a flower and gives it to Joey's mom. Joey's mom gets a fucking flower from Yellow Knight. We're like, yo, what the fuck? He just hit on Joey's mom. And Joey's mom accepted the flower too. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Lit event WWW, yeah. Did you get drunk? Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Pretty much, I feel like I was drunk that night somehow. I wish my dad was Yellow Knight. Don't we all, Lone Potato? Don't we all? I still have my yellow team flag from that night. I think it's in Atlanta in my home. 7th grade story? Basically on our 7th grade field trip. This is a long story short. One of my favorite teachers ever, he told us the story, which I didn't know about it. He told it a couple years later. So my 7th grade math teacher, Randy, was my favorite teacher I had. We actually became good friends. Him and like my whole friend group like remained friends after. Basically, when you're at like a fucking Christian school and most of the teachers are like pounding shit into your brain, Randy was just chilling. Was like, dude, don't worry about that. Like, it's whatever. Like, he was the only teacher that played Xbox. It was like, what, you play Call of Duty? What the fuck? Randy told us the story that apparently on our 7th grade field trip, there was this kid in our grade that like hit puberty before everybody else. And it was really awkward because like in the locker room, like he'd have a full fucking chest hair and just like, man, full fucking beard and mustache. We'll call him Jack, I guess. We'll call him Jack. Jack rooms on the 7th grade field trip with 2 of our friends. Actually 3. Yeah, it was 4 people in the room. And basically the way it had to work is like there were 2 beds, you know, 2 guys would sleep in a bed, whatever. On the first night there, this fucking guy, he was a little weird. He was always a little weird. He just randomly tells them. He just goes, hey guys, by the way, I'm gay. So, you know, if you're not comfortable with me sleeping with you, I probably need my own bed. And so someone told a teacher, and for some reason they put Randy in charge. And this is, I think, what made Randy really not want to work there anymore, is the fact that they put him in charge because he was the only guy teacher on the field trip. He's like, I don't want to do this. Like, why is it my job? Like, nope, you gotta do it. You gotta handle the situation. So Randy goes, he's like, okay. He goes and he gets Jack, sits him down. He's like, are you like really gay? And Jack's like, yeah, I think so. It's like, do you need to like tell your parents or something? You don't have to, but like you can. Like, and then Jack's like, yeah, I think it's time to tell my parents. But he was just like, at that moment, I was like, why'd I even ask that? Why am I involved in this? Why is this my job now? Like, fucking rings up Jack's parents on the phone. And he's like, hey, Jack's got something he's got to tell you. And Jack's on the phone. He goes, hey, mom and dad, I'm gay. And then the mom's on the phone like, and then the dad's like, you're what? And he's like, okay, this is a lot of information to take in. And this is where the story gets really fucking funny. I don't think I told this part of the story before. Randy doesn't know what the fuck to do. He's like, how do I tell this situation? Like, no, Randy didn't tell the school that Jack was just like, said this. I want to snitch on him and get him in trouble or anything and have the school be like, no, you can't be gay at the school or some shit. So Randy's like, okay, well, I can't put you back on with the other guys because you just made all those boys uncomfortable. Here was the solution. Jack then got the full fucking king-size bed of Randy's room. And then Randy, obviously not going to sleep with another fucking kid, slept on the floor of the room of 3 other kids. So Randy had to sleep on the goddamn floor while Jack just got a full-ass bed for just saying he was gay. And then the craziest thing is like 2 months later, Jack was like, no, I'm not actually gay. I was just a phase. He wasn't even gay. He just thought he was gay for like 20 fucking minutes. Or maybe he made that up to get his own room and played the long game. Yeah, so that's the story of how my teacher got finessed by a fake gay kid. Just wanted his own bed. Yeah, he won big.
Remember to subscribe for free